Hello everybody, I'm Maya, and today we're going to be doing a tarot card reading. There are 4 piles for you to choose from. You can do a mixture of a couple of them or just listen to them all. I am kind of going into this blind. I'm not sure what this reading is going to be about, but I'm sure it's a message that you need to hear right now. If you clicked on this video, I'm sure there is something in here for you. So follow your intuition, trust your gut, and pick one of the piles. For the first pile, we have this Athena necklace that I made pretty recently. It is rhodochrosite and rose quartz. And for pile number 2, we have this little moon and sun, kind of like moon and moon, honestly, opalite piece. It has a bubble in it though, so I'm not sure if that's real, but I just got that. It's a beautiful piece. We also have this Flourite necklace that I made recently. Really love this piece. I love both of the pieces on the table today. They're some of my favorite pieces that I have, and they're still available, so definitely check out illusionelixirs.com. They will be uploaded and linked down below. And for pile number 4, we have this perfume bottle. My boyfriend just got this for me. It's so cute. It has like a dark Halloween energy, but so cute. And we have the god and the goddess on the table. And we also have the essential oil perfume from Illusion Elixirs, my brand, called Luck. It's frankincense and orange for the top notes. And it's just such a beautiful scent. I feel it's very unisex. And let's see what kind of lucky messages we're getting today. Let's all take a deep breath and light up this incense here. This incense is called Enchanted. We'll be getting a magical message here today. Okay, let's take those deep breaths. All right, and we're going to get started with pile number 1. Definitely feel free to pause the video and decide which one. You can find the timestamps for all of the piles linked down below in the description box. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this Athena pendant that I handmade, so when I make this, I hand sculpt every single one of these hairs. It takes me a very long time. And the face is actually 3D printed, so this is a very unique piece. Definitely no one else would have something like this. This is rose quartz and rhodochrosite. Rose quartz is for self-love and rhodochrosite is for compassion, so it would be for loving yourself and loving others. And I really wanted it to represent Athena. Athena is like love and beauty and sexiness and just femininity, power. That's the energy that I wanted. So we don't know what this card is that I already pre-pulled for this reading. We were going into this blind. We don't know what this reading is for, so we will see together. Let's see what this card is. Elves, playfulness. So maybe this is almost like an elf too. This could represent that type of energy. Elves represent like an immense wisdom, an intelligence that is beyond any human capacity to me. Playfulness, they represent having fun, being silly. Don't forget that we are on this earth to play as well. We're not just here to work. We're not just here to make giant moves and help the earth and all of these important things that are going to happen in your life. We are also here to play. We are here to enjoy ourselves. So don't forget to enjoy yourself. And, you know, just a little fun thing that you can do is leave some honey out for fairies. You can just have a connection with fairies. Not everybody's going to believe in fairies, but just to bring that little spark of magic in, just an offering to the energy of playfulness, an offering to the remembrance of when you were a child. When I was a child, my family friend would leave me starbursts and say, oh, a fairy left that. A fairy left that when we were outside playing. I just thought that was the cutest thing. I always remember that. Okay, Iolite. Oh my gosh, Iolite's such a beautiful crystal. I feel like this dress also looks like the color of Iolite as well. That might be a color you want to bring in. You want to bring in wisdom. You want to bring in wisdom into your third eye, into your crown chakras. You are listening fully to your intuition now. You only listen to your intuition, basically. You check in with your intuition on every single aspect of your life. Iolite feels like strength. Iolite feels like a darkness. There is a darkness in it, a shadowiness, a sadness, blues. There's some blues to it. Yeah, it says family. That's where it may be. That's where it may lie. Family can hurt us so deeply. I feel they hurt us the most. And those lessons that we take and learn from those experiences are some of the most important ones. And when we can spread what we've learned to others by being a better person, gosh, that is so important. Iolite, just adorn yourself. Adorn yourself with beautiful crystals, with beautiful jewelry like this. Feel like a fairy, dress like a fairy, make fairy wings. It's okay if you're the black sheep or the fairy of your family. That's okay. People can think you're a kooky weirdo. Just have fun with it. You know, if you leave honey out for the fairies, you don't have to tell everybody. You can just do it by yourself. You know, if you think people will judge you, then you can keep that spiritual practice to yourself. Ooh, yeah. Just knock that over. Iolite, family. Yeah, family has hurt you, but new family can always come, and the spiritual family as well. The god and the goddess, the goddesses, the elves. You can connect to a magic realm even. Just something more magic. You can still stay grounded in reality and believe in these things. You can believe they're on a different plane of existence. You don't have to think that, oh, I'm going to see a fairy running. You can see a dragonfly and say, that is a fairy to me. Do you see what I'm saying? This one, the 5 of Cups. Yeah, you're letting things go. You've had trouble letting things go in the past. Your emotions have been like a standstill, but a whirlwind at the same time. You felt so alone in everything for most of your life. Such a deep sadness in your teenage self because of what your family did to you. And you need to honor that. You need to listen to that part of yourself. It's still there. It's still wanting to speak. It still feels hurt and it wants you to listen. Listen. Ask for it to come forward, this energy of your teenage self. Yep. Your teenage self, yes, wants to come forward. You can do this by journaling. You can do this by, before bed at night, you can ask to visualize a conversation with your teenage self. Ask for that. Voyage. You'll be traveling soon, and you're just on a journey. Your whole life is a journey. Your dreams are so important, especially if you have a dream with a whale. That's a very important dream. Pay attention to it. Try to find the subconscious meanings behind that dream. You can unlock things about your emotions in your dreams. Try to tap into your dreams and really understand them. If you have trouble understanding them, then talk to somebody who specializes in that. I actually love listening to other people's dreams. You know, if you ever just want to send me a message about your dream and see if I can deduce what it is, I'd love to do that. It's just good times for me. You will be floating now. By releasing emotions, by talking and honoring your teen self who has been hurt. That's pulling you down. That's pulling you down. Something about children. Yeah, passing that on to children. You won't be passing that on to your children. By doing this work, you make the next generation a better place. By just being a person that honors old past versions of yourself that's been hurt, that somebody that actually takes the time to try to unpack what has hurt them and try to work through that on a spiritual level, on a psychological level with themselves or with a trusted, therapist or something like that. Somebody that actually takes the time to do that is somebody that isn't as likely to pass on hate to the people that they're around. Even just by standing there, even just by not being a bad person, even if you do nothing, just standing there, that's good enough. That's good enough. Traveling is important. Your life is important. I just heard that. Your life is important. Your life is important. You needed to hear that. You needed to hear that. I don't know, this mama and the baby whale is trying to tell me something, but I'm not sure. I feel like some people here have children and their children get on their nerves, and it's just like, I'm here to tell you that it's for you to figure it out. You have to do the work, and you have to handle this. Being the adult, you have to take it. Somebody here is having a hard time with their child, and they don't want to hear that. I know they don't want to hear that, but it's not your child's fault, and you know that. It's hard for you. I know it's hard for you. Somebody needs to hear this. It's hard for you to deal with them. And you need to honor that feeling too. And you deserve happiness too, yes. Yes, you do, but they're always going through their own thing, and if something's really off and their behavior is really off, there is probably most likely something going on, something that they're experiencing, a trauma that they are experiencing that is causing this behavior. And that is for you to figure out, truly. That is for you to figure out. That is your job. And you will. That's the thing, you will. That was for a very specific set of people, but I needed to say that. Voyage, traveling by boat, going to the beach, seeing whales, whale watching, connecting with your emotions in beautiful nature spots, just honoring yourself, doing meditations about your previous versions of yourself, doing meditations about how to deal with family dynamics. We have family here. How to deal with being more playful with your children, if you have children or children in your life. Just being more playful, like I said, with the starburst. Just being more playful, imagining there's fairies, imagining there's elves, imagining with them. But otherwise, it's just, I think it's about just bringing that childlike sense to yourself. And also, you know, that could have to do with like not even a child. I think it may just be about another person. It may just be saying, you know, when other people are lashing out, there's a reason why. And it's because something is triggering them, and that's not right. I'm not saying it's right. You know, when it's a child, it's like, okay, we'll figure this out. When it's an adult, it's like, what's going on here? You know, what's going on here? Like, you would think that they'd be able to figure out those emotions by now, but many have not. And we just accept that, you know? We don't feed into that when it's an adult. We don't feed into it. It's a different way to deal with it than when it's a child. When it's a child, it's, especially when it's your child, you try to figure it out. When it's an adult, you might have to take a step away. If they're acting childish, if they're acting, you know, but it's basically just saying when people lash out, they're going through something. They are going through something. Always. Everyone has their own life. Everyone is going through something. You can see that, honor that, try to figure it out. Depends on where your threshold is and what you're willing to deal with. Sometimes you could know that somebody's dealing with something so awful, but if you cannot handle the way that they're acting, you just can't handle it. You can love from a distance. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a journey. We're always learning. We're always learning based on how people act. And how we act, and acting accordingly. And growing in our emotional intelligence. In understanding why other people react. Why other people act the way that they do. I think that's everything I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for watching. If any of the other readings interested you, definitely check those out in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. Bye, everybody. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this little moon opalite, then this will be your reading. Let's put on some luck. This is Frankincense and Orange. You can find that on illusionelixirs.com. Okay, let's see what this card is. Oh my god, it's a moon. Stop it. It's a little crescent moon. Just like this. I cannot. Yeah, so right now is a, what is it, waxing crescent, I think? It's just about new opportunities. It's just about setting intentions for your new life. Yeah, opportunities. New opportunities are coming for you. Ask for new things and they will be yours. Write a list of what you want in your new life. Moments of peace, fresh air, looking at the stars, enjoying nature, enjoying the pine trees. Something big is coming for you. Yes, a big opportunity. A big opportunity is coming for you. Maybe someone will offer you something. We'll see. Let's see. House Mouse. I don't think I've ever pulled this card. It was reversed. Work together. Wow. That almost makes me think of work alone. There's going to be a lot of time that you are doing this alone. You're not thinking, oh, poor me, I've had to do this all by myself. No. You're like, I did this all by myself. And then you bring the other people in. And then you collaborate with other people. But what you built, it's still yours. and you will get all the seeds. It's like you work by yourself, you build that foundation, and then once you bring those other people in to collaborate, you guys are just raking in the coin, and you just feel very abundant. You have all the seeds. All the seeds. I keep trying to go over here. So, what's over here? This is a inner child affirmations book that a friend gave me. It is such a beautiful book. It just talks about your inner child, what your inner child wants to say to you today. So let's read what your inner child wants to say to you. Vulnerability is a part of my humanness. So it's asking you to be more vulnerable. You know, you built things alone. Now, I think now maybe is the time to let people in, to work with others. When I was a child, I was certain that adults knew something I didn't know, something that made life perfectly clear. I thought that adults were in control of this secret, and that when I grew up, this secret would also be revealed to me. I couldn't wait to grow up and learn this secret. Yet when I became an adult, I still felt as confused and as vulnerable as I did when I was a child. What was this secret that no one would tell me? Now I know the secret. Grown-ups are often as scared and as vulnerable and in need of help as children. We don't know everything. We're not always in control, and that's okay. Today I will share this simple truth to dispel their despair. Vulnerability knows no age limit. It is part of our humanness. It's saying that we all are blind. We all don't know the way. We all don't know what happens after death. We all have been wondering. We all have a hard time in this world. Doesn't matter how rich or poor you are, what race you are, what sex you are. You have had a hard time. Doesn't matter how old or young you are. You have had a hard time, and you will continue to have hard times, and that's okay. You will continue to not understand what is going on. You will continue to wonder why. No matter how much you learn, no matter how smart, no matter how many places on the internet you deep dive into, you will never know all of the answers, and that's okay. One of the most important things is knowing that it is okay to ask for help. When you need help, reach out. Reach out. There are people out there that want to help you. There are organizations out there. There are grants. There are phone numbers. There are Google searches that will result in important things, important opportunities. You will find so much peace. Call if you ever need help. Ask your friends if you need help. We are all humans. We have just skin. We are vulnerable in this world. It is something that is an important aspect of who we are. We need to tap into that vulnerability. Your inner child feels vulnerable and has continued to feel vulnerable. Tell your inner child that it is okay to be vulnerable. Let your inner child be vulnerable with you. Have conversations with your inner child. This is a very young version of yourself, I feel. You felt like you had no control. And now in adulthood, you are continuing to feel that way. And I'd say that one of the answers, now I know the secret. One of the secrets I feel is that we can now be guided by our intuition. When we were children, we didn't really know what intuition was. We just kind of did what we wanted. But when we get older, we have kind of a higher knowing, a higher guidance. And it's something that's just thrown in together of just spiritual knowledge, the connection of all. When you let that in, that allows in intuition, but also your human instinct and things that you've gone through before. It's all blending together to create that intuition, and you're following it all the time. You didn't follow that when you were a child. Children they're so close to source. It's like they don't even need that, and then we lose it. We remember and we forget. That is what being human is. When we are children, we remember that we are divine. We almost feel like we can fly. Or maybe you did. But when you are older, you forget. You forget that you're divine. You've been beaten down by society, the ads, the children, and all of the people in your life. Your family, they beat you down. And you forget your divineness. And then you spend the rest of your life remembering until you die. And then you go back to source to remember and then forget again. I feel like that is all I want to say. Maybe this is just a really short reading. Yeah, you have a big opportunity coming to you. Build up that foundation on your own, and when it's time, start working with others, collaborating with others. And for some reason, I wanted to say something about like canning, jarring things. You know, it'll just be fun. You'll just enjoy it. Maybe even jarring things with others, like applesauce or something. I don't know. Making some fun, you know, country cooking type situation. Just mason jars and grandma vibes. That type of moment, I think, would be really great for you. Just standing out in the nighttime and staring at the moon and staring at the stars and breathing the fresh air and putting your phone away and just having a moment where you ask for new opportunities to come to you and you set the intentions for your new life. I think that is everything I have for you all today. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely check out one of the other readings if they seemed like they might be for you. All right, bye everybody. Love you. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this Flourite necklace that I made, then this will be your reading. So I want to talk a little bit about how I feel about this Flourite. I'm just not sure what Flourite represents. When I look it up, it seems like it represents everything. It represents friendship and cleansing and healing and just creativity, wisdom. It seems like it's a cure-all, honestly. Maybe the ones with more purple in it would be more focused towards wisdom. But with this one, I feel like a sense of like sacred geometry, power, connecting to both like square and circle energy. You know that saying that's like, you can't fit a square into a round hole. I forget what that saying is, but I feel like this is almost like, yes, you can do anything. We'll make it work. This is power. And also something about like hypnotism or hypnosis, because I just get that type of feeling off this, but I don't know, I just get a lot of really good, powerful energy off this piece. I almost kept it for myself, seriously. I love it so much, but let's see what your card is today from the Dreams of Gaia deck. We have the King of Water reversed. Interesting. The King of Water reversed would represent the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, he has an interesting energy. He's very powerful, and he is an emotional person, almost like Scorpio energy, where it's just you're very emotional, but you kind of keep that to yourself, and you feel like you're on your own little island because you just kind of feel like everybody else is out to get you. It feels like bringing in masculine power. There's seahorses here. I feel like that's important. We got the moon phases. That feels like the moon phases feel like it's talking about emotions. But I want to pull out the book for this one. When the King of Water appears reversed, he can represent a feeling of boredom. When he appears in your reading, ask yourself if you believe that your life is lacking excitement. Has peace and calm slowly transformed into boring routine? Maybe it's time to shake things up a little bit, ride the waves for a while. You may need a little bit of excitement, to be unpredictable, to be spontaneous. Seek productive outlet for your excitement rather than looking for conflict or creating drama for drama's sake. That might destroy your peace and calm completely instead of enlivening your life. The King of Water reverse also cautions against behaviors born of jealousy and a need to possess. So if you feel like you need something, you truly don't need much. You just need food and a place to live and some water and some type of hobby that makes you feel sustained and like you're having fun, like you're something that makes you feel like you're adding to the world. That's about it. That is about it. You don't need much. Nothing to be jealous of. If you see somebody and they have something you want, then you can just assume I can have that too. That is a possibility for me. The person in question is not a possession. Allow them to leave, if leaving is what they feel they must do. Interesting. A strong man who is calm and protective. Yeah, I feel like the part about boredom is what it's talking about. Yep. Yeah, it's just saying you're feeling bored. You're feeling bored with life. And just, you need to add something in. You need to be more spontaneous. You need a new hobby. Yeah, that is what it's saying to me. And then there may have been some other things that it's talking about with, as regards to relationships, between you and another person. Something about you and a man, and just make sure that you really know it's true before you act. I don't know. Maybe somebody needed to hear that. Yeah, the Two of Cups. Okay, yeah, this is a reading about love. This is about this man. This is about this man. It's talking about him, actually. We've switched what it's talking about. Let's see. Yeah, it's saying let him go. It said two different things. Yeah, it said don't let jealousy fester. Shake things up a little bit. If they want to go, let them go. And it said don't let your own insecurities drive a wedge. So, I think depending on your situation, one of those answers is going to be for you. One of those answers, if, let him go if he wants to go, that might be for you. Don't let your insecurities drive a wedge. That might be for a different person. And yeah, it's just talking about this man. He has a darkness. He has a darkness inside. He's a good man, but it's just not always. I don't know. It's like, yeah, he could be good, but he festers. He festers. But with the Two of Cups here, it's saying this is the love of your life. The Two of Cups is soulmates. That's what this card is. This is your soulmate, this man. Maybe he's feeling bored with life as well. He needs to bring in a little bit of excitement. Let's see what your card says. Let's put one on your side, because I wasn't expecting to do a reading about partners. So I need to switch gears here. This one. The Page of Cups. Wow. Is this about him? It's about you and him. Wow, yeah. I don't know. Sweet. Yeah, the Page of Cups is just a sweet person. And in the Page of Cups, too, we have the spirit hands here. So you may not even be with this person yet. You may not be with this person yet, but believe in miracles. Believe that you can find this person. Yeah, this person just has they feel sad a lot. They just have this darkness. They don't really show it to other people. I don't know. I don't know how to explain them. I feel like I need to bring this back out. Yeah, he's both mother and father, nurturer and protector, homemaker and provider. It's saying he's a good man. He is a person who has successfully married critical thinking and emotional logic. All decision making has an emotional element. He has learned from his emotions. Yeah, but I mean, this came out reversed, so I think he's just still learning from his emotions. He struggles. He struggles with those emotions, but he wants to heal. Yeah, I mean, we have the seahorse on here, and the male seahorse holds the babies, so that would be the kind of person that he is. He still has a darkness within him, though, definitely. And the Page of Cups, if this represents you, you're just longing for something, but you're a dreamer. You're a sweet person. You are creative. You have an interesting way of thinking. You're very similar. You're emotional, but you hold them back. You hold them back. I think together you'd be able to, bring that together, show those emotions to each other. The beach is very important. I mean, we have the Page of Cups, water. We have the Two of Cups, water. King of Water. I mean, you all are going to be so emotional. So much love. So much love. Have a little beach date. Yeah, spice it up by going on a little cute date. They're coming. Believe that they're coming. You know, if you want a partner, believe that they're coming. If you are with somebody, then spice it up by having cute little dates. You all seem like there's just some sort of distance, but I think it can be mended. Okay, let's pull another card, because I feel like there's just something else it wants to say. I'm not sure what it's really trying to say here with this Page of Cups and King of Water. They might both be about him. I'm not sure. Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. See from a different perspective. Yeah, it's asking you to tap into your intuition, tap into your lineage, tap into animal wisdom, tap into Native American wisdom, into just this high-flying spiritual energy, angel energy. Choose your path. Choose your path. See from a higher perspective. Honor your inner knowing. Honor your intuition. See from high. Choose your path. I'm trying to figure out what this choose your path card is saying. Let me try to figure out. I need a signifier card. It's this one. I need a signifier card. I think it's just hard for me to tell if you're with this person or not. It's just every time I do these type of readings, I'm like, I feel like there's people here that are with the person, and then there's people here that aren't with the person, and so I feel like I almost need to split the reading up, because you know that's just the nature of a general reading, is that there's going to be multiple different energies here, and I'm going to have to be doing a message for multiple different situations, so sometimes it can seem kind of vague. That's why, you know, doing a personal reading, a one-on-one reading, is a really great experience as well, because you can really pinpoint what it is we're supposed to be talking about. But we're definitely talking about love. We're talking about soulmates. It's giving some hints at what type of person this is if you're not with them. And it's also given some hints about what to do, you know, spice things up, go on dates, go to the ocean. And then here on this bottom half, you know, it's talking about more about your spirituality and what you need to be doing to set yourself up, trusting in your intuition and asking for angels and animals to guide you, and just these like shaman type beings. You can tap into ancient shaman type beings like this medicine healer card. You can tap into that. You can tap into almost like biblical angel type beings, and also you know, not just this type of angel, but also the more human version looking of an angel. But it's choose your path. I think it's just saying like, well, you know, if you want somebody, you've already chosen that path. You've already chosen that path, so it will be yours. It's just, you can choose any other thing as well. You can choose anything. You can choose any hobby. You can choose abundance. You can choose fierceness, passion, changing the world, being an angelic person. You can choose spreading knowledge, medicinal remedies, music. You can choose anything. Anything. You could choose being a mermaid, for God's sake, if you felt like it. You know, people do that for a living. Trust. Yeah, choose your path. Yeah, it's basically what I was saying. We got trust. It's saying when you ask for something, just trust that the path that you're on will take you there. The universe knows what you want. The universe knows if you want love, or to heal your love, or to have more dates. The universe knows that. And you will have it. It will be yours. Trust. Choose your path and then walk it. Ask for those higher energies to come in and guide you. And I think that that is everything I have for you all today. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely check out illusionelixirs.com if you're interested in this necklace or in luck. And I love you all so much. Bye, everybody. Hello, pile number 4. If you chose this perfume bottle, then this will be your reading. And let's put a little perfume on. This is Luck. Sometimes I like to put it on in the shape of a 4-leaf clover with an arrow pointing in, because I am lucky. I feel so lucky. You may have a connection to perfume or Halloween. I just feel like a Halloween energy. I'm pretty sure my boyfriend bought this for me on Halloween at the pagan festival that I went to recently. I got these god and goddess, like nature statues there as well. I feel like they're bringing in the divine feminine and masculine together, but also remembering nature. Yeah, this just reminds me of Scorpio season. It's Scorpio season, and it just feels like getting in tune with those deep emotions. Let's see what your card is. Yeah, soul child. Your soul child wants to be heard. You have not connected enough to the inner child part of yourself. I have this inner child affirmations book right here. We're going to read something from it. I will nourish myself in the right way. Today I will give my inner child the nourishment she needs. My parents controlled my eating. When I was good, food was a reward. When I was bad, I wasn't allowed to eat. In time, I got food all mixed up with my emotions. I could never tell if I was really hungry or if I needed emotional sustenance. My inner child has a healthy appetite. Growing takes energy, and spent energy needs to be replenished by food. I provide her with the right kinds of food. Not too much sugar or fat, no stimulants or depressants, fresh fruit and vegetables, whole grains. I encourage her to pay attention to her body's messages, to eat as much as her body needs, to differentiate between physical and emotional hunger. When she's hungry for food, she can eat. When she's hungry for love, I give her as much as she can hold. How beautiful. Listen to your body. It's your inner child screaming out that it wants nourishing food. Don't push down those feelings. Listen to them. Intuitively eat. Listen to what your body needs. It's talking about drug addiction and even stimulants like caffeine, too much caffeine intake, depressants, too much weed intake. People don't always consider caffeine and weed depressants and stimulants, but they are. And you can't abuse anything, even a good thing. You can't abuse it. And your inner child knows that. And yeah, it talked on how food has been hard for you. Maybe you need a trigger warning here. You've struggled with anorexia. You've struggled with maybe bulimia. And it's asking you to nourish yourself, love yourself. Talk to your inner child. Listen to what it needs. Feeding yourself nourishing foods will be such a beautiful journey that you take. The more you do this, the more your life will just glow. You will feel so much better by taking good care of yourself. To be rebellious in this crazy world is to take good care of yourself. Not many people choose to do that. And you can go on that journey. And you don't have to cut things to extremes. It's all about balance, you know? I buy all these fresh fruits and vegetables and whole grain bread, and then I buy some Cheetos cheese puffs, and I buy some cookies too. You're allowed to have balance. You're allowed to have good things. And they are good for you and not good for you. You're allowed to have both. Let's get another card out of this deck. This is the Lightworkers Oracle by Alana Fairchild. It's really a beautiful deck. And yeah, I think you had like a stuffed animal when you were a kid. It was super important to you. Your inner child like holds that, and it wants you to hold your inner child. Take that moment before you go to bed at night to try to connect with that part of yourself. Initiation by air. Yeah, in both of these cards, the person is like out there, almost like in the desert. Maybe you want to go to the desert. It's like Tucson, near Tucson. It's asking you to have a moment in the desert. Just open your heart up. Feel angelic. Connect to your inner child. It has like the same colors. You are still your inner child. You are still your angel version of yourself. You can spread peace in the world. You can spread peace to yourself. You can spread peace to your inner child. Do the work. Do the work. It will be so important. It will be so good for you. Your inner child is begging for that. To be heard. To be listened to. It's still a piece of you. Check out my shadow work video. I talk a little bit about inner child journaling. It's really a good video for this type of situation. Purification. Yeah, in your past, there was no happiness. There was no happiness. Your inner child wants fresh air. You didn't feel like you had fresh air as a child. That's freedom to you. Freedom is just breathing in pure air. Freedom is frolicking in sunflowers, is frolicking by yourself. It's just basking in the sunlight. It's looking at the sunset and the sunrise. You weren't able to follow your feelings, the feelings that you wanted to go see and be in these beautiful things and just be a child. You weren't allowed to follow this. this want, this need to be in nature, to be happy, to be free, to just sit in the sunlight. It was tumultuous, but you can purify that, and your whole life since then has been about purifying that. And it's time to purify this inner child. It will bring you so much happiness by just listening to yourself. This has definitely been a theme throughout a lot of the readings today, so if you were interested in any of the other readings, definitely check those out. And for your last card, let's pull from the Dreams of Gaia tarot card set. 3 of Water, reversed. The 3 of Water reversed appears in order to caution us against weighing down potential outcome with the burden of our expectations. So it's saying if you're here to figure out your future, you don't need to know it. Stop worrying about how things will turn out and just experience now. Experience the present moment. Make your present moment more pure. Purify your air. Plant flowers. Go places that are beautiful. Spend time alone. Spend time basking in the sunlight. Spend time talking to your inner child. No need to worry. Make sure your hopes and desires are realistic and let go of those that are not. Free yourself of the binding nature and weight of unrealistic expectations, and in doing so, allow the outcome you seek to manifest in its own way and time. Remember that the more you expect, the more disappointed you will be if the future you hope for does not unfold as you imagined. Yeah, so it's saying wanting something is a negative experience, and being grateful for what you already have is a positive experience. So it's just asking you to focus on what you have, focus on what you're experiencing now, what you can do now, focus on the solutions, not the problems. Don't focus on the outcome, on the future, what will it be like, what will happen. Just focus on now. You will be disappointed if you put too much pressure on yourself. You know, like before the pagan gathering, I was like, I need all of these, every single perfume in stock. I need every single one of my perfumes in stock. And I need so many pieces of jewelry. And then there was like 150 people at the festival. And I sold like 4 pieces of jewelry. I was putting all that pressure on myself. And then for what? I would have been fine if I would have had the amount that I had originally had before I pressured myself and worked so hard to get every single oil in stock before that deadline. There was no reason for that. It's unnecessary pressure. It's unnecessary to put certain pressures on yourself. Are you boxing yourself in ways that are unnecessary? I do it too. Nobody's perfect. We're learning. You are a divine goddess. Step into that power. You're so beautiful. See yourself in that way. Adorn yourself in that way. Beautiful arm wraps and corsets, and feel like a mermaid goddess. Connect to the desert and to the ocean. Connect to your inner child. Eat the foods that your inner child wants to eat. Do the things that your inner child wants to do. Travel to the desert and have a special spiritual moment. And if you can't get to the desert, just try to go somewhere out in nature alone and have that special moment and do that inner child work. Don't put too much pressure on yourself or on the outcomes. Everything will turn out just fine. You will purify and you will be so happy. You will be like a sunflower leaning towards the light always. Always. I think that's everything I have for you all today. Thank you so much for watching. If you were interested in luck or any of the perfumes that I make, you can find those on illusionelixirs.com. I love you all so much. Bye everybody, and definitely make sure to like and subscribe if you stuck around this long. Love you!